all. Yes. See, it says none of the spouses shall arbitrarily be deprived of his or her property. Oh, the arbitrary deprivation of my property, yes, without any due process, when issuing custody orders in August 12th of 2011, yes, and then you decide to give a dissolution of marriage without me having any actual notice or opportunity to be heard, yes, without me receiving the actual dissolution of marriage. Pooch, this principle in the United Nations where you will not arbitrarily deprive each of the two spouses of their individual property, that would be life, liberty, and property. Pooch, you actually violated it. You violated United Nations law, and I'm looking for some lawsuits today. Yes, he is. Okay. Now, I told you it was against the law to do that. Now, there's different types of breach of marriage. Yes. Marriage ceases upon the death of the spouse. Marriage is dissolved only upon claim and by court order through annulment, void marriage, or dissolution. Now, annulment or dissolution becomes legally effective when judgments of the court annulling and dissolving marriages become final. Ooch. The problem is you weren't using a United Nations court. You weren't using... Oh, no official legal action. Oh. Now, this was an emergency tag. Yes. Because no official legal action. Yes, when missing spouse. Marriage entered into at the time of the existing of a previous marriage of one of the spouses is void. Collusion of marriages. Now, I did notice that Heidi filed for a default dissolution of marriage in Jefferson County before the dissolution of marriage from Tim Hodges. Yes. But you didn't find her in contempt of court. Now, is she still married to Tim Hodges? And was I married to a spouse that really was married to Tim Hodges? Because you would not enforce the crime of contempt of court for filing motions to have default dissolutions of marriage. Yes. See, you filed. I responded within the 90 days, and Heidi signed. Her name is Mrs. Hodges. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. See, when you don't find the actual petitioner in default, in contempt of court for filing a default motion for dissolution of marriage, yes. And it is an actual crime to motion the court for default dissolution of marriage. Yes. When you know, okay, that the respondent did respond. Yes. And since Jefferson County didn't find her in contempt of court for filing for default dissolution of marriage when she was married to Tim Hodges before I married her, a year before I married her. Yes. I'm thinking when I sue you for refusing to find her in contempt of court in Jefferson County and in Clallam County, I'm going to say there was a collusion of two fucking marriages!